Give yourself to the dark side. I am here, Lord Vader, to speak about the Acolyte Episode 2, Justice/Revenge. Now, I did learn some names. Master Soul was the Asian Jedi Master in charge of the team. Yord was the one that kind of looked like, what's his name? Grey Worm from Game of Thrones. And Daphne Keen. I don't remember what her name was, but I pinpointed her accurately. The first time I watched episode 1, I said, I like her Vulcan-like approach. And then she even used the term logical when she came up with a much better plan than Grey Worm, Yord did, when it came to staking out the local Jedi temple and trying to locate May, the twin sister of Osha. Now let's go backwards. May goes to a planet called Olega, to a local Jedi temple, whatever that means. I don't know if it's like a storefront church instead of a mega church for Jedi, I don't know. But she goes in, she disables the droid, sort of like Jabba's palace, the droid greeting thing. Gichakachiguka, the one that greeted R2-D2 and C-3PO in Return of the Jedi. She disables it, walks in the front door. She's around the corner from 2 Jedi. They don't sense her presence. She walks past another Jedi, a female Jedi. And the other Jedi doesn't even balk, as though, oh yeah, I think she belongs here. It's a local Jedi temple. You couldn't tell that she didn't belong? Oh my God. It takes security to get inside. So why would you not be alert when someone you don't know is inside of a secured facility? Why? Anyway, she goes into this chamber where this Jedi with a terrible receding hairline named Master Torben is sitting cross-legged and levitating for some reason. Sort of like Kirak and Fila in the Darth Vader Marvel comic series. Sort of like my son Luke in The Last Jedi, when he's just sitting cross-legged and hovering, again, which doesn't make any sense. Why cross your legs and hover? That doesn't make any logical, physical sense. But anyway, she's trying to punch, she's trying to throw forearms, she's trying to throw elbows, but he's protected by a force field. No pun intended. And she can't get to him. So then she climbs up through the skylight. Another Jedi walks in and says, hey, what went on here? It's like, all of you Jedi let her inside because you're at a local Jedi temple and no one is force sensitive enough to sense a stranger, an outsider's presence, who, according to Master Soul, is fueled by hatred and they can't sense her. Or was it anger? I think it was anger. Fueled by anger in a local temple, none of the Jedi are force sensitive enough to sense her presence. This is dumb. I said as much. So they introduce a new character, another Asian actor. His name is Chimere. He's acting like one of those bumbling kung fu masters in the old kung fu series that used to come on television, where they act like they're aloof, but they're really powerful. We didn't see any of his power just yet, except later on when May tried to stab him, and he basically blocked and parried every blow. So that let me know right there that he has some kind of training. So she goes to this young man, Chimere, and says that she could not kill Master Torben. And Chimere responds and says, you're trying to attack him. And she used the word impregnable regarding to Master Torben. Chimere said that he, Master Torben, is on a Barash vow. Now that is a retreat that Jedi go on, where they have no further affiliation with Jedi activities from the main Jedi temple in Coruscant. The aforementioned Kirak and Fila was on a Barash vow when Darth Vader stumbled upon him and destroyed him. But that's neither here nor there. So he said that you can't get to Master Torben with your fist, you have to go with absolution. So he pours her a drink, which you know is poisoned. It's very colorful, looks like a neon Kool-Aid. So listen to this. May returns to the local Jedi temple, and by this time, Master Soul has arrived, Yord has arrived, Daphne Keen's character has arrived, and Osha. They are right outside the Jedi Temple when May returns through the skylight. So listen to this. The Jedi knew that there was an invader there who tried to attack Master Torben. So what do? They leave the skylight open for May to return. Stupid. Beyond stupid this episode was. So she's right back where she started, in front of Master Torben, who is still impregnable behind that force field because he's asleep, and somebody said he hadn't spoken for 20 years or 10 years or whatever. It's not important. So she says to him while he's asleep, he can hear her conveniently. She basically says, kill yourself for what you failed to do, or drop the force field, and whatever else, doesn't matter. So he opens his one eye, because the other one was blind. He says he's sorry that he couldn't save them or something. Some clandestine remark that we'll probably figure out later. And he takes the poison and kills himself. So what happens? Osha, she sees an effigy of her younger sister May, like she saw on the ice planet from the first episode. She follows the effigy to Master Torben, who's dead from ingesting the poison. So instead of calling somebody and saying, hey, oh no, there's a dead body. The person that we were there to protect is dead. She's just looking over his body. No alert sounded, no calling Master Soul or Yord or Daphne Keen or Pip. She's like, picks up the vial that the poison was distributed in. And then the other Jedi, who's just as worthless as all the other ones, walks in, sees her with the vial, and ignites his lightsaber, suddenly on alert, when his force abilities didn't let him know that an assassin was there in the first place. Stupid! So Osha says, I know what this looks like. And then Yord, who didn't trust her from the beginning, Grey Worm, he comes down the steps and says, it wasn't her, I was following her, I had eyes on her the entire time. So, we're right back where we started, except Master Torben is dead. And, as I said, the Osha, Master Soul, and the others, I don't know if I like calling everyone's names because this episode was so stupid. They basically cornered Chimere, and Chimere basically sold May out, okay? He said that she'll be back here tonight. So, May, who's just walking down the street, still garbed, there's no alert out, somebody that killed a Jedi Master, look out for this chick. God, it's stupider when it comes out of my ventilator. But she's just walking around the streets with her hood on. She's spotted by Master Soul. So Master Soul, who just appeared, he basically calls her name, May. And she throws a knife as a warning, like right at his feet. So then she tries the same thing. They do this water dance, and when she tried to reach for his lightsaber, she realizes that she was disarmed by Soul by doing the back-to-back shoulder rub stuff that Ahsoka did to Anakin in Fallen Jedi of the Ahsoka series. So he holds up all the knives except one, conveniently, that's up her sleeve, where everybody that knows anything about trickery knows that that's where a weapon is. Up someone's sleeve. Anyway, I'll leave that alone. So he drops the knives, she picks up one, and Grey Worm, Yord, when she throws it at Master Soul, he uses the Force and snatches the knife to him, and he's standing above her on a balcony. So I'm like, wow, the Jedi are actually kind of smart for once. So Master Soul, no. Then they do the whole Ip Man choreography crap. I don't remember if May fell, but he's literally holding her in the air. He's walking towards her slowly, asking stupid questions like, who's your master? When he could have just ended it all and impaled her. Or just whacked off a limb to incapacitate her. So then all of a sudden, since the plot demanded it, she gets out of the Force hold. She's cornered by Grey Worm and Master Soul. Daphne Keen arrives in the ship, so she's watching from overhead. So all the dirt on the ground, she basically creates like a sandstorm as a diversion, which was pretty cool. And she disappears like Batman. So then she tries to find Chimere, who sold her out. He says, I can get her off. He said, I can get you off the planet. He says, and he gave her the name Kofar, where she can find Galnaka, I think was his name, the Wookiee Jedi, because she's out to kill, May is, 4 Jedi Masters. Master Ndara from the first one, carrying Matrix Mos Trinity. Master Torben with the terrible hairdo and the awful hairline, Master Soul, and this Wookiee Jedi Kelnaka. So the episode ends with a shot of Kofar, which I believe might be maybe a Wookiee kind of colony, because it was very thick jungle. These two scavengers speaking two different languages, they find a ship, they say let's strip it for parts. The Wookiee Jedi arrives with no robes on. I was hoping he would have a robe on. Barks at him, uses the Force to pull something, I think it was a blaster or something, and they run off. He gets in the ship because that's his home, the crash ship, and the episode ends. This was stupid. This was just totally stupid. There was so much dumb going on in this episode. Nerfed Jedi morons. Stupid Osha, who had a chance. She saw May getting into a speeder to escape. So May stops, even though she's on the run, and looks at Osha and was like, Oshi? I guess a pet name for her when they were kids. Osha is holding the gun aiming at her. She could have easily just stunned her and incapacitated her, and they could have taken her back to Coruscant for a trial. The Jedi weren't going to execute her. They were going to try her. You know how the Jedi love trying people. Try to figure out who her master was, and then probably use the Force to pull the information out of her brain. Her sister would have survived. Why let her escape? This was so stupid. This episode was dumb. This was a dumb episode. I'm giving this one a C-. The Force is not with this episode. It's not. Perhaps you are not as strong as the Emperor thought. Give yourself to the dark side. Give yourself to the dark side.